Arts and Television, Abuja, Nigeria. This is a program where we bring to you policies and innovations as regards trends in agriculture, answering questions that inimical to the growth of this sector in Nigeria and beyond. This week on the program, we shall be x-raying conventional method of food cultivation vis-a-vis new technologies. And to discuss this with me in the studio is Mr. Peter Bausche. Welcome to the program again, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
We know that with technologies, it is easier, it is faster. But we know that there are some people that are very comfortable, just like some people will tell you, I can eat rice, I prefer to eat rice using my hands. And you see somebody will tell you, no, I can't do that. I prefer to eat rice using like cutlery said, the spoon. Now, we've heard our topic. What is, x-raying these two methods, which is, in fact, x-ray it for us before we begin to ask you which is better or not.
Alright, so thank you very much for having me. The conventional method of agricultural cultivation. Agriculture is the art or science of cultivating the soil, for crops, and then animals, for either meat or for industry raw materials and so on. Agriculture is a wide field. Okay, so down the ages, centuries back, that was one of the career of human beings, of Homo sapiens. So agriculture, the conventional method of agriculture, is the one that we were born into. We know all this while, especially in Africa. Say you go for manual labor, okay, with your cutlasses whole and sickled if you want to harvest. Natural resources, okay, you plant, naturally without any technological interventions. Say, you want to grow, you want a large field, the best you can do is use a tractor for commercial farming. So many other things. Instead of pesticides, you use your natural protective measures, okay, rotation, and so on and so forth. Those are the conventional methods, of agricultural production. Okay, for animals too, you grow your animals at home, your local chickens, you do free range for them, and then they come out very strong and very tasty too. Those are some of the advantages. But for the new technology, which is the other side, the flip side, these are methods of agricultural production where modern ways of doing them is involved. Now, the former one I talked about, conventional methods, involves manual labor. Manual labor involves drudgery. I remember way back with my parents when we used to go to the village, you that came from the city, when you go for what is called Gaya. Gaya is a Hausa word that means, coming together. Okay, me and you and him come together to work on my farm. Tomorrow we all gather and go to your farm to work. So in that way we do what is called competition. You that come from the city, you see a small boy, I'll compete with him. You don't know he's been doing it for 20 years. And he's not growing, it's not that he's not your age. Just that he has a stunted growth. And then when he passes you, fear. You understand, that it's not easy. The sweetness and agility and all that. But not everybody can cope. So the modern method involves precision farming. Okay, precision farming is the use of, say, GPS, global positioning system, drones, the use of modern technologies, to optimize food production. We talked about biotechnology, the use of biotech, to have, that's where you have GM crops, you have crops that are pest and disease resistant, and are resistant to environmental stressors like flood, like drought, like very terrible temperatures or extreme cold. So crops, are are resistant to that, are grown to be resistant to that. We also have smart farming where you use data analytics, automation, use of robotics, AI, and so on, to make informed decision about crop management. It's very critical for new technologies. So these are the two methods of farming. So you choose. It's like using your 3310 and then your iPhone 15. you know the difference, some people still prefer the other one for both the advantages and their disadvantages. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at it, showing it, as you said earlier, what are the advantages to some of the technologies we have today, and what are the advantages of our usual, traditional way of cultivation?
Farming. Well, advantages of our traditional ways, let me start from there, is that not much monies are involved. Okay, not much money is involved in our normal, because hoe and cutlass we don't spend much, and then for your crops you just pick the ones you harvested before, and come and plant, so it's easy to go. You go to the open market, you just get to come and plant. It's your yam, you cut it and you plant. You do your weeding with the hoe and cutlass, so it's pretty straightforward, the traditional way. It is not it Yes, the disadvantage for our traditional way is that it's labor intensive, and then where there are outbreak of diseases or flood, you lose everything because they are not resilient, and so on. For the modern methods, yes, let me start from the disadvantages. That it's expensive. The disadvantage too is that some of the technology, say in Nigeria, we have not come up to speed on it. Say use of drones now to do that for data analytics on the state of your flock, or to ascertain the level of the nutrients of the soil using high precision equipment. We have not gotten there, but we can get there like this, because it's not rocket. Even if it's rocket science, we can still do it. So the disadvantage for them is that it's expensive. For the new technology, it's expensive. It is, it requires high capital, deployed investment. The return on investment could be actually high, which is the advantage. Because your yield can never be the same. Your yield is high, and looking at the our population in the next, by 2050, I think we're supposed to be how many, number what in the world. This is the way to go. This is the way to go to avoid, issues that touch. So the modern way is the way to go. Yes, we can have it side by side, say our organic agriculture for those who are health conscious, who have the money to spend, and so on. But I can assure you that this modern way is the way to go. Also for sustainability.
Okay.
Yes, it is very important, for sustainability. That's the modern ways of doing it. Thank you.
Okay, so looking at, you talked about some of the machineries and technologies. When we have the hoes and cutlass for the traditional way, we need like tractors and this. Can we get, for how long? We look at federal. We've seen the federal government talk about bringing in machineries. In this regard, we saw this Senator Agric, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, in a meeting with, after several MOU signed with John Deere Group as regards bringing in tractors. The minister reviewed that day that yearly that's expected to have over 2,000 tractors being brought into Nigeria, in ensuring that there's food sustainability and security to an extent, as that is the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We've seen this happen. Yes, previous administration tried to some extent, but the meeting didn't get, to fruition to this level. Aside tractors, what else do you think government can bring in ensuring that we fast track move as swiftly as we can as regards this food sustainability?
Well, for sustainability, thank you very much. It's very crucial that it is mechanized. In mechanization, tractor is key. And getting also the right tractors, because you know the age we're in. It's not the 60s. We started this way back. 70s, Operation Fit the Nation is about tractors. There are so many other machineries needed. You know, at this juncture now, John Doe, like you call him, has gone ahead to, you know, automated tractor, unmanned tractors that you just program to do whatever you want to do. You understand? The world has gone that way. Imagine a tractor now not using diesel, but using solar to power itself and program to do 100 hectares of not just plowing. The same tractor you can use to weed for you. You can use for your pesticides application, for example. You can also use for your harvesting, all encompassing. You know, so there are several machineries that are needed. The planters, which you can incorporate in the same tractor. So it is getting the mix well. You know, there are so many areas that needs automation, which is what these machines are meant to do. But you know, for Nigeria, we can actually do better. You know, we need all of this. But you see, these tractors usually are meant for specific climes, say for the temperature. It's important for us to start thinking of doing, you know, reverse engineering to customize them for our climate. You understand? For our kind of soil, for our kind of climate.
Take a break. When we come back, you hear the details as regards what we should be having when it comes to mechanization. We're still talking about extracting the traditional and the mechanized kind of system of farming. Stay tuned. Welcome to another exciting episode of the program Agric Today.
Under fishery and aquaculture, we train over 700 women and youth.
Food and agriculture production systems are facing unprecedented challenges from an increasing demand for food for our growing population, rising hunger, malnutrition. This program is designed to bring to you new happenings and innovations in the world of Agric. I remain your host, Amin Khadija.
Hello and welcome to the program where agricultural production is explored at its best. Application of adequate fertilizer is needed so as to add to the nutrients. Hence, the best soil for the planting of ginger is the sandy loamy or clay loamy, and nutrient needs to be seriously added to enhance the growth and productivity. I am Hilda Homsem Frantuan.
Hello and welcome to yet another interesting episode of the program Back to Farm.
First thing I do, normally I will clear the farm, then I will look for my that is the chemical I will use to clear the grass. Yes, if you have little capital and you want to start farming, there is joy in farming because no matter how you go to market and buy, when you farm, you eat from it, you dash or you give someone.
My name is Joshua Ishaya.
Media Trend is a program where we touchlight different stories trending on social media just to keep you abreast with all the happenings in the entertainment world and beyond.
I don't watch Big Brother Nigeria. I'm not a fan of Big Brother Nigeria, but if that is what you choose, that's fine. That's fine.
Right morning, people say that his music is that bad, but man, I think he's good though. Anything he wants to do, he should pursue it.
Well, I remain Euphemia Ijoma, your host.
This is Kitchen Drive, where we explore all kinds of kitchen, buka, restaurants, and we get to know different delicacies.
You cover it, you put a little water that will take the soup.
I'm Hilda Patov saying, have a nice day.
This is Market Flow on ARCN TV, and today I'm at the Duse Market in the FCT, and it's filled to the brim.
When
price of bag of rice before was 7,500. Now you are buying 38,000.
Before they sell less 800 naira, cause now everything now in cost. Less now are they selling 3,500.
Yeah, I go for aluminum pot because that one you go use that one naturally and all that. Tire.
You have been informed about the prices of foodstuff you need to buy this week. I am Fatima Suleiman.
It is no longer news that agriculture has continued to dominate the economic activities in Nigeria, especially at a time when the present administration is trying so hard to move the economy from crude oil based.
Where researches are carried out by the research institutes, our products at the college are the extension agents that will carry the message back to the farmers wherever they are.
Organic agriculture in Nigeria, it's at its infancy and it's gathering momentum, and a lot of institutions are contributing their various quota.
The gross domestic product is also being increased. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the program Agric Economy. Join us again, same time, same station next week.
Today on Aqua Farming, we are in faraway Niger State. We'll be talking to a fish farm caretaker, and is going to be telling us the profitable way to farm fish.
The smoke sizes, they range between 400 to 600 grams. For the processors who process them, smoke them, fold them, package them in cartons, and move them to other neighboring states. Then here are the broodstocks. Actually, in the main farm, we have something far bigger than this.
Are these male?
They are both male and females.
Local feed, and the fish are within the range of 2 months. Give them at most, if it's my own, I give them what? 50-50. That's 50% CP, crude protein, 50% what? Carbohydrate.
On that note, we come to the end of the program Aqua Farming. My name is Joshua Ishaya.
Yes, it's still Agric today on ASN television. I'm explaining the conventional method of food cultivation vis-a-vis the new technologies. Our guests had spoken to us and told us the advantages with using the traditional method and that of using the new technologies. Before we went to break, we were on, how a Nigerian tractor should be designed and not what it was. I was coming to that. Can we not have sort of these companies coming to Nigeria to put these tractors together so that in building these tractors or either any other equipment, they put in consideration our climate, put in consideration our topography, put in consideration our soil type, and the pests we have and all kinds of this thing. What do you think?
Yes, I agree totally with you. And that is how smart people think, smart nations. You don't only buy from them, but in your MOU you have a caveat such that they come and assemble in your nation. Because you see, completely knocked down, if you're importing whatever you're importing, if it is completely knocked down, especially for agricultural produce, agricultural equipment, they attract less to just a little tariff. Tariffs are very low, so imagine coming to assemble, have their plant here, so that not just of course they will resist, because every nation wants to make maximum profit, maximum forex from you, but in attacking this poverty issue, one needs to get it right, get all these equipments, get them to come and start put up their factories here. Most nations do that, and in doing that, you get your people to learn how to learn this engineering. Yes, because the major
before you know
people are able to copy this. That's what China does and every other nation. To copy, to learn how to do it, and in fact, you can even have it in your MOU that you would want transfer of technology. You can even buy it, you can negotiate with them, because there are so many other equipments or that we need to get. Besides just the production level, across the value chain, you need processing equipment. You need to process, because that is where the money is. In processing and value addition, that is where the main money is. You know, so when we have that, you know, captured, you see that Agric will really become the mainstay. We won't have problems of our youths going out. When we have this high, you know, powered, you know, very artificial intelligent machines, our youth will be attracted to agriculture.
Okay, yes, what are your words for youth as regards, you know, putting in their energy in coming with technologies that will help agriculture? When we say attractiveness of agriculture to youth, so that they can come in, they believe you just you go into the farm. This is part of it. I say most times on the program, you can do all sorts. What's your word for youth in the area of coming in and building some of these technologies, as little as it can be?
Yes, our technology, as little as can be, our youths can come in full force. I want to assure our youths that agriculture is the way to go. And whatever skills you have in AI, in blockchain, and you name it, you know, in the modern fields of technology, you know, applying them in agriculture in Nigeria is the way forward. Because a hungry man, when he's fed, you know, is able to do so much more. You know, the basic, every nation in the world knows that whoever you are, including the greatest, America, they have their agriculture sorted out. Without agriculture, you are nowhere. In fact, it is warfare. But you see, in Nigeria, we don't understand that it's warfare, and we are treating it with kid gloves. We think the problem is Boko Haram and so on, and we expend so much on them. The main warfare is food, is agriculture. Because if it implodes, you can't handle it. You can be able to manage Boko Haram and all other insecurity, but agriculture, you cannot. That's why we need to get it right. Food insecurity must be handled and handled well. And when we have our youths, who are the strength of our nation, you know, attracted to it, attracted to agriculture, we can go and we can go to bed. Yes. Because when they come, they will bring their ingenuity, they will bring, you know, their, and you know, the world is a global village. What is happening in the US can be replicated here. Yes. You know, give your youths the machines. We don't have our youths hands-on this. It's just a little training, a little orientation, and you'll be shocked at what can come out of it. We can groom these youths to handle our specific issues, which is not, you know, peculiar to them out there. Ours needs to be customized for us. That way,
just like China did.
Yes, just like China did. And you'll be amazed, because we have variability of so many things when it comes to agriculture. God has blessed us, and we need to wake up, put our thinking cap, and get this technology together so that we can hit the ground running.
Okay, quickly before I will wrap it up on the program, we have an institute who are in charge of farm mechanization production. Most times we see them come out for agri fairs, come to display and the rest. What's your word to them in ensuring that we have this mechanization in, you know, large quantities, in the prices should be fair enough that you know, cooperative society, farmers can come together and pick up these mechanizations or tools that has been done, and then use it for the better of all.
Yes, my word from CAM, National Center for Agri-Mechanization, which is incidentally one of the institutes now under us, under ARCN, you know, by the wisdom of the federal government, is that they have a lot in their hands to do. Mechanization is the way forward. I know every institute is crying, and every organization, scarcity of funds. But you see, collaboration is one of the destiny of the SDGs, one of the goals, one of the areas of the SDGs. You need to collaborate. You need to make a lot of noise. You need the media. They should come here and tell us what they have and areas they need collaboration. For example, if you have a model, don't keep it in the shelf. The Japanese, JICA also, the Japanese consulate came the other time. We had a meeting with the ES. We were pursuing one Dipton program there. They had a lot of things to do. And Income can always come around and collaborate. These people know how to take whatever you have that is not so appealing to our youths.
Make it look glamorous.
Make it attractive and glamorous with our technology. It is just because they have been there for long. You don't need to go and reinvent the wheel. Just start from where they are and improve. And continue and improve. That way we're able to get all our little tools, modern and very fantastic. And you'll be shocked at the investors that want to invest, say in a model, and you have 1,000 pieces produced or 100,000 pieces, not just for Nigeria, for the African nation. Income will be very busy. So collaboration is one. Don't just rely on what government will give you. See how you can generate your IGR, produce this, and then the government will start clapping for you and tell others to emulate you. That's the way to go forward. Because if you're waiting for government funds, it can never be enough. There's always paucity of funds. But if we can come together, collaborate, get external donors, get business people to be aware. Not many people even know about them. Make a lot of noise. Come to ARCN radio and TV, pay a token so that you'll be noise abroad, and then you'll be shocked at how far you will go.
Thank you so much for coming on the program. It's always an educating one having you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you've heard it. Mechanization is the way to go. That is the only way that food sustainability can be assured. It said in cultivating food, yes, we know the traditional way. It's been there, it's the easiest, this is what people do. But if we want to go big, if we want to move from where we are to a better place, it means that we have to go mechanized. And then that's it on the program this week. I am your host, Khadija Oluwatoyin, saying thank you for joining us.